listening. So we'll give a shout out to Marty and Ange Powerfman. Ange, try and answer your phone. I've been trying to call you for the last couple of days. Got some stuff at your storage that I need to sort out. So answer that phone and we can sort it out.
We're underway in the third quarter here of the Mercury Cup TSL Grand Final. First of 3 big games here this afternoon. Kicked off the ground by Jacob Boyd. His fellow number 34, Jaden Harris, is in pursuit. He gets tackled there by Blair Rubach, and Rubach wins the free kick. He's too far out to score. He's about 60 out.
He probably thinks he could have a shot from there, but he won't.
He centres it. Contest.
Discipline
Good
kick.
defence. Yep, was. Casey Curtis roosted out of defence, out to the far side. Mark not taken there by Mitch Donnelly. Now it's Cam Downey as the rain continues to tumble. As Mitch Donnelly does pretty well. He gets a kick away to space. Ollie Sanders, Casey Brown. Matthew Spon wins it now, out towards Holt, who slips over. There's a chance here with Sanders, who gets tackled close to the boundary line and out of bounds.
You see when the ball goes inside 50, and this is a learning thing for all players. AFL player that used to do it extremely well was Jimmy Bartell. Was the ball would go on one side, he'd just go run and stand on the other side of the ground near the point of the square where North Launceston exited out, so which is what Ollie Sanders just did then, so good work.
Bruni Wood wins the tap, and it's out of bounds once again. Difficult day for boundary umpires. As I just turn up the effects mic here a bit, you can probably see, or hear, the rain. It's been falling fairly consistently. Ground is being readied for redevelopment or resurfacing before the cricket season starts. Boundary throw in, Bruni Wood. Up here now towards Cossins, who takes it. Tackled by Gillow now in the long sleeves. Cossins releases. And it's really getting heavy rain here now as Jack Nellen is tackled to the ground. Scoring will be at a premium. Goal kickers, if you just joined us, Blair Rubach has 2 for the Blues. 1 each to Lockie G, Giacomo Malucci and Jacob Boyd. And Casey Curtis. Nice snap on goal in the first quarter for North Launceston. As Danellen. Great conditions for him today. Kicks up forward. Fletcher Bennett can't take the mark. Players fall to the ground. Appeal for holding the ball.
Jack Donnellan started this third quarter really well. He's got his hands on the ball 3 or 4 times, so his fitness and experience is starting to show.
He's a hard nut, isn't he?
He is.
He'd love these conditions.
He only knows one way, Jack. Sometimes that can be a deficit sometimes because he can run into players left, right and centre, but it's a really good trait to have to V-line the ball and go as hard as what Jack does.
Copped a few injuries over the years with that courage of his as well.
He has.
Yep. As with Casey Brown now, who gets blindsided, gets tackled by Sanders. Ball says the crowd. Kick off the ground, further up the wing, over the line once again. I think he got a bad injury pre-season too, Jack Dillon, if I remember. And
it was a practice game against the Mariners, if I believe, and he actually was going over the goal line, and it was his knee that he did a couple of years ago. So that really shattered Jack, but he came back strong, and he's played a lot more time this year in the midfield. Last year he played a bit more as a backman player in the seniors, but he's come into the midfield. And really showed that he can win the ball in there.
He's in there again, fighting for it. There's about 15 other players. Jack Masengard lays a tackle. Haven't seen a clear possession for about 5 minutes. And we're not seeing one now. As the umpire comes in again. We've got a lot of players around the contest. Umpire's trying to clear it out. No scorers yet through 3.5 minutes of this third quarter. Now we're going to push in the back. It's going to go to Casey Brown. Chance to get some positive action here. Sums up his options, then chips it long up towards the half-forward line. Fletcher Bennett takes a strong mark there in front of, that was Cameron Curtis. So Fletcher Bennett, he looks to his left for the switch opportunities. Probably does a sensible thing and goes down the line. And Cody Lowe, off hands,
What I haven't seen a lot of today, either side as well, in wet conditions, as we spoke about in the first half, if you just want to kick the ball, Fletcher Bennett marks the ball then. You can actually just play a bit of possession football and just try and hit a 25-metre kick and just hold possession and try and pick your way forward instead of just kicking it to numbers and forcing a stoppage.
That's Cody Lowe, Lockie Young, handball forward. Gareth Holt's in there. Grant Holt, sorry. It's his brother Gareth.
Yeah, he's playing in a grand final next weekend for South
Launceston. Yep. The boys come from Kings Meadows, the 2 Holt boys. With I think the same year as Chase Jones.
They are.
Wasn't Chase impressive in that back half of the season?
He was. Chase was outstanding, and to come back in, and I think he polled 5 best on grounds in a row, and he nearly won the medal for 5 games. So I think that's unheard of. So a bit stiff to probably miss out on Team of the Year because of that, but we all know that he's going to go into bigger and better things.
Alistair Lynch medal, of course, next Saturday night, 22nd of September, down West Point Casino. Are you going, Rulla?
I won't be going.
Going?
I'll be going to watch South Launceston play.
Yeah, I thought you might.
My brother's playing in that one, so but I reckon Daniel Joseph might bring that one home. So he's had a really consistent year with Glenorchy, and he's a really good player, Daniel Joseph.
Okay, the ball's at left half back, so we've been chatting because there's not a lot that's been happening. It's still on that far wing, and it's Jack Mazengarb takes the mark. Now here's a chance for North Launceston. He goes nice and short here towards Ollie Sanders, who has space on that left foot of his. Kicks straight away, but coughs it straight up to Alec Wright. He was looking there for the number 50, Che Haynes.
It was the right option. It was just the wrong kick. If you could just get it over the top of Alec Wright, then Che Haynes could have potentially marked the ball. But good movement by North Launceston.
Jacob Boyd has it, right back pocket. Kicks it outside his defensive 50. Ooh, that was a big contest there. Downey and Donnellan ran into each other. We've got a tripping free kick here.
That's where I don't really like. That's where that rule's a bit stiff. 29 for Nathan Jackson there. He's done the right thing, put his head over the ball, and it's unfortunate that Casey Brown's legs were just there.
He made the contact with the legs.
Yeah.
Yep. There's Casey Brown. His kick smothered. Here towards Liberatore. Back to Casey Brown. He turns. He kicks up the wing. Chance here for Oldenoff. Ooh, heavy clash with Jaden Harris. Jaden Harris, probably eyes wasn't on the ball. Crowd don't like it in front of us. But it's a free kick to Oldenoff. He's sort of a veteran almost now. Good cricketer too with Lonnie Cricket Club.
He is, and he was very close to a senior game this year.
Now there's a kick down the field here. Jacob Boyd was dealt with. As I think Jaden Harris is getting a little bit frustrated. Sam Bruniwood goes sideways. Nice kick to Conway. Just outside 50, right on the boundary. Crowded 50 ahead. Not a lot of space. Signals he's going to go long, and does so. Right to the top of the square, Ethan Conway. North defence, what do? Still in play. Picked up. Brubach snaps. Kick smothered. As Jack Lanham's got it. Kick out now towards number 42 there. That's Angus Jeffries. Can't take it. Jacob Boyd takes on the tackler. Releases the handball. Cossins can't break through for North Launceston as Sam Bruniwood's gone down holding his head. As players fall over the top of him.
North Launceston, they're just going to try and compose themselves here. They're showing a lot of aggression, which is fine and good, but they just can't go over the top. They've still got a game on the line here. They've still got a grand final to win.
Now Sam Bruniwood's gone down, and Grant Holt's signalling to the boundary. I think he got a knock to the head by the look of it. There's now a towel or something put to his nose. He might have a bleeding snoz, and he's got the blood rule as the umpire signals that. So Bruniwood coming slowly to the boundary. So it looks like Conway, in his absence, will take on the ruck contest. Keep an eye on him there on the boundary. Definitely got a bleeding nose. Haven't had a score this quarter, Rulla, through 8.5 minutes. 5-4-34, Launceston North 1-2-8.
No, but you feel like the game, the way it's played the first half, it probably won't be the same this second half. I actually think that the game might open up either way.
Yep.
It's just whether or not which team's going to do what's needed.
Gillow turns, shoots on goal, and it falls out of bounds. Right adjacent to the right behind post. 5-4-34 Launceston. North 1-2-8. 2 goals to Rubach for the Blues. The only multiple goal scorer in the game. There's boundary throw in. Dangerous position for the Bombers.
You notice here that North Launceston will have the outnumber at the stoppage. You can see Ethan Conway is the spare man for Launceston. So that spare player for North Launceston has to impact here and not just kick it to where that spare player is.
Gillow was tackled. Might have released the ball illegally. Chance now as it's kicked sideways. And the mark's taken by Jacob Boyd. That was Malucci. Another one who's gone to the long sleeves who kicked that in the direction of Jacob Boyd. The number 34. And he's going to take a shot on goal from about 40 out, 45-degree angle.
He's been really good today, Jacob Boyd. As I mentioned in the first quarter, sometimes I use the word with Jacob Boyd sublime. He just sort of cruises through the game, and then you look at the stat sheet, and he's generally had 20 to 22 touches. So he's very cool, calm, relaxed. Jacob Boyd, I wouldn't be surprised if he kicks this. Now, knowing that, he's probably going to miss now. The commentator said he's kicked it.
It's a big shot on goal, this one. It's off to the left. Distance might be a concern as well. Jack Mazengarb was there. They've got it close to the boundary line, North Launceston. Still in play, as Malucci can't keep it in. Boundary throw-in, still no score this quarter. We've gone 10 minutes.
He's lost his hairband there, Jacob Boyd. He won't be happy with that.
Bruce
He's
Dool.
looking around for it.
Now, what do we got? I can hear crowd noise.
This young player here coming off the ground.
Right, it's Kyle Lanham.
Kyle Lanham.
There's boundary throw in. Turning and shooting is Jake Nunn towards goal. Rubok's in there. Out of bounds. 10 metres around from the left behind post. In fact, it's a free kick going North Launceston's way. Might be Xavier Todman down there, the number 60.
And again, this is where North Launceston actually have the spare number there. So they actually need to use that instead of just kicking it to where Launceston's numbers are.
And right on cue, Jake Nunn takes the mark. He's right on the digits of 50. Big kick, Jakey.
It's not beyond him, but he's the type of player, he's the type of person actually at training that practice this shot a lot. So it's either going to go through or miss by a bit, I reckon.
Here we go. Jake Nunn on the mark is Cody Lowe. Long run up. Shuffles now. Goes to his right. Shoots on goal. And it's just off to the left. It's one behind the first score of this third quarter. 5-5-35 Launceston. North Launceston 1-2-8. As Lockie Young kicks out from fullback. Over here, looking for Kyle Lanham. Falls to the back. Chance for North Launceston. As the kick is now up towards the wing. Shay Haynes. He's got nobody ahead of him, so he has to hold it at the ball, but he can't pick it up. Now he does. Gets the handball back there towards Angus Jeffries, who kick is smothered. It's out of bounds, but they did make some ground there, North Launceston.
They did. What they've been trying to do all day was exactly that. Get it out of full back, like we said in the first quarter, they come out this way, then get the ball over the top, which they did. Shay just wasn't clean enough to get it over the
He's on a hiding to nothing, though. If he took possession, there was absolutely nobody inside 50.
Yeah, I reckon if he had took possession, he could have kicked it inside, and Ollie Sanders would have ran onto it.
Yep. Here's a chance, as it's kicked there for North Launceston by James Curran. Does well and finds number 71, Andy Potter. Goes short to Sanders. Sanders now, it's an inside 50. Lowe, it takes the mark. Cody Lowe.
It's a really good kick.
He is an elite kick of the footy, Rulla.
He is. Left footers, they always see the game a little bit of a different way, and he's probably been their best today, Ollie Sanders.
Fantastic. And Cody Lowe, he's been in the seniors a bit this year. And one of the important players. He's had a good game today. He's had a lot of possessions.
He has. And
for a big fella.
When you're a bigger fella, you need to have them have impact on big games. You see in always grand finals of big games, your ruckman or your bigger men, they're very vital. That's where the ball starts. The middle of the ground, the ruckman brings it down, and that's how the game starts.
This would bring the margin back to 21 points. Cody Lowe directly in front. The umpire moves a bit, and it's offline. So it's one behind.
They're the ones that they need to kick. They kick that 21 points, and here down that end as well, you got all your North Launceston supporters can start to get them over the line a little bit. Now you watch here. This kick out is one that's practiced. We'll try and knock it over the back.
Alec Wright,
and just get it going
in fact
straight
it's a mark
forward,
to Jake Nunn, who's had a good game. Releases to another veteran here in Downey. He waits for it. It gets intercepted. Taken by Xavier Todman, who kicks inside 50, but Alec Wright there didn't take the mark. Nathan Jackson couldn't pick it up. Downey bustles in. Out it comes. Haynes. Handballs to himself. Tries to get round Downey. He might have just got rid of it illegally in time. Taken in now by Wright again. On the boundary line. Out of bounds. Ball is the call. It's going to be a throw in. Deep in the forward pocket. There's a Lonnie player goes down. Might have been an undisciplined act. I think that's going to be a free kick against Kyle Lanham.
Again. He's just...
boundary throw in. He might have just got a warning there. Get back to your second roller as it's in a really dangerous position here for the Bombers. Here's Lanham, snaps, just gets a boot onto it. It's in the goal square, thumped away. Taken nicely there for Launceston by Harvey Griffiths. Kicks to the defensive 50, back to Griffiths. He has to turn and release a handball. Bailey Neal's in there. Goes back now towards that man again, Harvey Griffiths. He kicks towards the boundary line and finds a safety. Rulla.
Just saying, this third quarter, the game's really picked up in intensity in finals footy. I think the conditions from the start of the game probably made the game not as intense as what it probably normally is, and we're starting to see what a grand final's actually played like.
That's right. And they're just keeping that margin in some sort of reach, Launceston. They will have a bit of advantage of the breeze, although we're seeing kicks going nicely in both directions. They're not being blown out of the water. They're hanging in there. It's one behind a piece through 15 minutes of this third quarter. 5-5-35 to 1-3-9. Thanks for listening to us here on City Park Radio Sport. A few listeners during the day, which is great. And stay with us on City Park Radio. We'll have the TSLW coming up at 12:25, and followed by the TSL Grand Final after that. Boundary throw in. It's knocked here towards Gillow, up against his opponent there in Cooper Stewart. No one can pick it up. Free kick picked out. Going North Launceston's way. And it's the number 58 there in James Curran. Boy from grammar school. As he kicks towards half forward. Nunn can't take the mark. Jackson's in there for North Launceston. Handball comes out. Strong contest. Donnellan in there. He can't pick it up. It's 60 metres out from goal. In an attacking position for North Launceston.
They are, and they've showed throughout this quarter that they're starting to attack. We saw that shot by Cody Lowe and inside 50 from Ollie Sanders. If they can just get a goal and just get the momentum back in their way, you just never know.
So for Lonnie there, that was Adam Dickinson. Couldn't pick it up. Now, quick snap. Mitch Donnelly towards half forward. Potter's in there. Comes back, low to Jacob Boyd. He goes long and releases a teammate over there, and that's Lockie G. Kicked a goal. When he fumbles the ball as he goes to kick, he gets around his opponent, runs his full measure, kicks up the wing. Gillow, only one there for Launceston. Thumped away towards Prasiak. Here's Liberatore. That's a bit of volleyball happening over there. Cody Lowe gets a handball away to Fletcher Bennett. Handball to another player under a lot of pressure. Had nowhere to go, and he's holding the ball. So it'll be a free kick to Launceston. On the wing. 5-5-35 to 1-3-9. A behind a piece in the third quarter is the only scoring. Conway kicks forward. Chance here for Rubok if he can collect on the boundary. We know he's classy. Close, he's got it. He releases the handball. Coughs it up though. North Launceston a chance. There's water on the surface there. We could see it as the player's boots flicked it up. It's out of bounds.
He loves those situations, Blair Rubok. He loves to be against the boundary and get the ball, but just wasn't needing enough weight bix to keep his body over the ball then, and was knocked over.
35 plays 9.
You can see Shay Haynes here for North Launceston as there's a few interchanges coming on. He's deep forward. If North Launceston can get it outside here, they can actually get it forward and to him.
And here's the chance. That's Angus Jeffries. The number 38 there gets a kick away. In fact, it was Tom Foon, I beg your pardon. Tom Foon gets it, and Cooper Stewart, handball to Cossins. Another handball. Here they go, North Launceston.
Shay Haynes.
Ends up with Haynes. Handball to Bennett. Now to Sanders. Has Jeffries if he wants him. Angus Jeffries, a lot of handball. Oh, and they've dropped the handball there. That was Haynes, but he does butter up with a kick. Over the back's Jones. It's Lewin Jones. Thumped out of bounds.
That's a win for North Launceston. They've done that well. Although they could have probably been a little bit more efficient. They could have almost had a shot on goal. But to get it from one back pocket, other side of the ground, down to their forward 50 is good.
They've got a scoring opportunity now to North Launceston. Kyle Lanham in the ruck up against Nunn. And Lanham falls over, so Nunn just thumps it about 30 metres towards the boundary line. Bennett gets there first. Fletcher Bennett back inside 50. Lanham in a battle there. Big fly from Jones. Comes out towards, that was Malucci. Kick towards Cooper Stewart for North Launceston. Against his fellow number 41 there in Lockie G. So be a ball up about 40 metres out from North Launceston's goal. Time ticking down. We're nearly at the 19-minute mark of the third quarter. 5-5-35. Launceston 1-3-9 North Launceston.
They're definitely pressing at the moment, North Launceston. They just need to kick a goal. If they can kick a goal here and even going at three-quarter time with the buffer, I think they're still within a chance, but they really need a goal in this next 6 minutes.
They do indeed. Lockie Young battles forward, releases handball to space, taken by Jacob Boyd. Along the wing here to battle with Fletcher Bennett, up against Rubok. Two good young players there. Matthew Cossins has got it. Nice kick in the middle of the ground. Oh, taking the mark, playing on. Jaden Harris, he does it well. Oh, it's kicked to a 1-on-2, but Sanders does okay. He's in the contest now with the two Launceston players. Mopping up is Alec Wright. This way, that away. Handball over the top. Chance now for, that's Liberatore. Up the wing, and the mark's taken nicely. Over there. Help me out there, Rulla.
That's Cammy Curtis.
Cameron Curtis.
Yellow boots.
Kicks inside 50. Matty Cossins, he's just paid the mark and just as well.
I'd like to see the move made for North Launceston. I'd like to see Lewin Jones go back and Fletcher Bennett go forward. I think Fletcher forward can actually create some scoreboard pressure for North Launceston, and Lewin's a good backman as well.
Cossins got the ball up the wing. Now with Wright. Might have got a high tackle. Now somebody has got a high tackle, and that's North Launceston player who's holding his head. And that's Ollie Sanders.
He's really lifted again in this third quarter, Ollie. He probably was the standout player for the first half for them, but again, he lifted another level.
Okay, Ollie Sanders, couple of kicks out from goal. He signals to go long. Does to the pocket. He's got a couple of options. Cole Lanham has to go the spoiler. Just gets it straight to Jacob Boyd. Up the wing. Cameron Curtis there in a wrestle with Tom Foon. They both overrun it. Tom Foon back though on it first. He's tackled. Second opportunity, Tom Foon. Does get a handball of sorts away to a teammate. Close to the line, Liberatore. Curtis, goal kicker for North Launceston, and there's been a free kick paid here.
It's going the way of... there, Tom Loon.
Yep, he certainly did. Liberatore, though, gets the free kick. Charges away, up towards attacking 50. Rubok is there. Chance now for Cossins. Launceston through Gillow. Little kick, only as far as Lowe, not 15. Lowe has to play on. Luckily he's got support. Nice kick over here. Oh, the mark's not quite taken there by Jack Lanham. Under pressure now, North Lonnie. Crucial part of the game here, and there's a high tackle.
Very lucky there, Jack
going to North Launceston.
Very, very lucky.
20. Sorry, mate, you go.
He's very, very lucky there, Jack Lanham. He should have marked the ball. He fumbled a little bit, and he's lucky to get that high free kick.
21 and a half minutes gone, and here's Jack Lanham. He's in trouble. He's corralled by Conway. He gets around. Up here towards Potter. Lots of players flying high. Brown. Lockie Young breaks the tackle. He's right on the boundary. Inside out kick. Up the wing. Lewin Jones is there with Wright. Now, Lewin Jones might have been held, and he was by Alec Wright. If
Ollie Sanders keeps running here, he could get this ball. If Lewin gets the ball back, he's out. He's by himself. Just a bit too late now.
A bit too late, yep. The space has been closed down. So Jones, is he going to go a short target? He goes long. Chips to attacking 50. Kyle Lanham's in the back there. He's got two Lonnie players in front of him. Great tackle. Almost holding the ball. Comes out to Cam Downey. Kicks, not 15. Lewin Jones against Wright again. Whoa, strong tackle there on Harvey Griffiths. He somehow got away. As Mazengarb, he tries to break the tackle. It's pretty willing stuff. It's grand final footy, Rulla Kelly-Mansell.
Isn't that right? The intensity's lifted. It's like I'm at the WWE here, seeing a bit of back and forth, Undertaker versus Triple H. But no, both teams have lifted their intensity, and North Launceston are really throwing it to Launceston. But they just need to hit the scoreboard, as we're mentioning.
Only 2.25 minutes left in this quarter. 5-5-35, 1-3-9. And they've kept in touch of North Launceston. They'd have to have a big last quarter, having said that, as Jaden Harris is tackled over the boundary line by Liberatore. But they haven't disgraced themselves here at all, the Bombers. They're giving it 100% against a powerful Blues team that's rarely been challenged all year.
Right now they're being challenged, and they're holding up for the moment, but this shows how important that start of the game was, wasn't it? You know, they get out to that lead, and that's pretty much been the difference. 3-1 first quarters, Liberatore now. Here's a chance for the Blues. Rubok. Oh, well done, Harrison over the back. He got the fist in, but Rubok's got the better recovery. He chips for goal, but back there sweeping is Jack Lanham, who takes the mark. In fact, it's Tom Foon, beg your pardon. Tom Foon in defensive goal square. Now, he must look at the clock here. No, there's only 90 seconds left. No risks, although his kick falls short. There's a chance there for Mackenzie Blaisley. Got one hand to it. Back over now towards Griffiths. He's tackled Harvey Griffiths. And it'll be a ball up on attacking 50. It was 5-4 to 1-2 at halftime. It's now 5-5 to 1-3. They cannot concede here, North Launceston. They just have to do everything to draw neutral or get the ball forward.
Chance for Lockie Young. He goes around about 4 tackles, runs his full measure. Kicks in the centre of the ground. Not a lot of options. Cole Adams got to go. He does well. He crashes in against 2 Blues players.
That was courage by Bailey Neal.
As Tyson Miller gets a kick here to Nunn. We've got 40 seconds left. He has to go pretty quickly. He knows it. It's Jake Nunn. Oh, he's gone the torp. The barrel inside 50. Who can mark it? Well, nearly a mark to North Launceston. Not taken. Denellen. He's flattened. As we've got a free kick to North Launceston. And that might be the end of the scoring with 24 seconds left. Matthew Cossins, the boy from Georgetown, played a senior game this year. He goes wide here looking for Ollie Sanders, who picks it up in front of Neil.
I think we might have a concussion here.
I'll get back to that in a second. Yeah, looks like Kyle Adams coming off very groggily as Cossins gets a handball away. Now Sanders back to Cossins, who's had a bit of it this quarter. He kicks forward. There's 2 seconds left. You've got to have a shot, son. He plays on. The siren will go as the ball is in the air. Wouldn't have mattered because Alec Wright takes the mark. Well, let's draw a breath there, Rulla. The third quarter, 25 minutes of play, 1 behind each.
That contest there by Bailey Neal was outstanding. You see the Launceston boys getting around the skipper there. The boy from Bracken will hit that contest like a brick. He just